This guy can't avoid boxes.
Is this a spoof?
The Grey Man is the latest action-packed thriller from Avengers Endgame directors the Russo brothers, featuring Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and some white-knuckle chase scenes. We decided to show Anthony and Joe some of gaming's classic chase sequences and got them to rate them like only top directors can.
So we're looking at a clip from Uncharted here. This is what, a chase in Madagascar, right? Geography is incredibly important to a chase sequence. Anthony and I always look at a sequence like this and we start with storytelling as the main motivator, and then use the geography on location to help us understand how we're going to tell that story.
Yeah, I think that's the major difference between making a movie and a video game, is that you get in a video game, you're completely conjuring
The entire
the location.
World. That chase sequence reminds us a little bit of the opening of Skyfall, I think, if you remember where he is. Is it Skyfall? Who remembers?
Yeah.
Does anyone remember? Or is that Casino Royale?
Either one, the one that opens with the motorcycle riding on the roof.
Hold on. And give me a second, Anth.
It's a good.
No Time to Die. Is that
No
it?
Time to Die?
Yeah, I think that sequence reminds us of, of a Bond film. Was it No Time to Die?
I think so, with the motorcycle on the roof.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. It's hard to just rate a scene off of watching just the scene, because they're all about the context of the scene.
I would say that Uncharted is probably one of the best action gaming franchises of all time. But I don't know, I'd say that's like a 7 out of 10, right?
I'll go with that.
All right, we're watching Resident Evil 8. Okay, so we have first person sequence here. This person is bound and trying to escape. And now they're confronted by some kind of mini boss, it looks like. And now they're sliding down a tunnel.
I mean, this is
a little romancing the
This is
stone.
really playing into like a technique, which is like limit the protagonist. Give the protagonist like limitations that make them especially vulnerable.
Well, this is just like an endless series of obstacles here, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and
what's the
and
worst
by the way,
obstacle possible?
The character is handcuffed.
Well, that's like really good aim. That's a lot of strength to do something
So
like
now the
that.
character, I think, is not handcuffed.
That's like an example of an action sequence with very little character in it.
But I still felt a little emotion because you have to watch the character's handcuffed hands the whole time,
Right.
while the character is getting horribly bludgeoned. And then by the end of the piece, the character's hands are free.
So there's a story.
Yeah.
Very simple story told there.
Felt good.
First person is very difficult, I think, because you lose any emotional expression from the actor.
It's very specific, because you're also losing a lot of space too. I mean, you know, you're getting a very limited point of view on what the character's situation is. And sometimes that can be good and exciting and thrilling, and sometimes it can get boring.
That's a 5 out of 10 for me because it didn't, I mean, I give it points for its experimentation, but I didn't feel, unlike Anth, I didn't feel a lot.
I felt a little, when his hands kept free.
Okay, we're watching Crash Bandicoot. This is all high wides, right? So it's sort of a God point of view from the camera.
Not typically your
best
tension building
yeah.
point of view.
I mean, it gives you a sense of geography, but this is obstacle after obstacle. I mean, I guess this makes Resident Evil look like a soft exercise. He's being chased by a dinosaur leaping over lava elements.
Now look, you could have done that entire sequence with a different camera work,
Right.
and it would feel extremely different.
It would have felt very large in scale.
Yeah, I mean, if you were set the camera up, sort of pulling through the lava as the character's jumping, and
off the dinosaur just behind him, right? Close up and Crash. Yeah, I think it's missing a few elements, but I mean, that's the gameplay, so can't really fault it for that.
Yeah.
I mean, for gameplay,
that's
it's
a
like
10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it's a 10. I'd say 7 out of 10 for gameplay. For use of camera and tension, I would give it like a 3 out of 10.
We differ.
This is one of the great games ever made, Last of Us. That's great, really good use of limited point of view, good sound design. I mean, this is a page out of Spielberg's playbook. Tracking with the character. Series of obstacles slowing them down as they're trying to escape.
It is, look, it's really noteworthy how little they're showing the monster pursuing, right? And it's like every time she meets an obstacle, I feel a tension about whether or not she's about to get caught, because I have no idea how close the monster is.
It's good. So she had to engage
Again, where's the monster?
Right.
Where's the monster? I like that. I like
that's
that.
the best of the
I wanna
bunch
know where
by
it is.
far.
Yeah, it was terrifying. I couldn't quite make out what it was.
You could feel this sort of, this massive human squeezed into some sort of tortured creature. I would give that a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, solid.
2 characters on the run from 2 creatures. This is more interesting camera work than Crash Bandicoot, though. I like this overhead shot quite a bit. I mean, I really like the design on this game. And we're going into slow motion here.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And there's really good camera work in this. It's very Peter Jackson. How would you have done in that game?
I don't think very well.
I like the camera work a lot in that one. I thought the design was really well done. A couple of good techniques employed in a way that you traditionally don't see in a game.
It's hard to use a wide shot to strong effect, but I thought that wide, where the slow-mo where they're jumping, was actually pretty effective because, again, it gave me this feeling like the character had nowhere to go, nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. It was this vast empty space, which helped the tension.
Yeah, I'd say like an 8, right? It's good.
Not quite as good as our 9. It's not.
Yeah.
It's better than.
But it had good
7.
design.
Let's call it an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy can't avoid boxes.
Yeah. Is this a spoof?
More boxes.
This has to be a spoof, right? He's a really clumsy character.
Now he's moving on.
And everybody.
These are more like
everybody looks like the bad guy.
cartons instead of boxes.
Have you noticed that? That all the other extras look like the bad guy.
Ugh, ice.
Shit, I lost him.
Too bad he wasn't looking for boxes. I mean, look, we have a taste for the absurd.
We do.
We've dabbled. If
Yeah,
we were going to construct an absurd chase scene, we probably would have a guy encounter sort of an endless cycle of boxes, you know, as he was trying
We're
to
being
get to
comically
space.
harsh. That was really entertaining.
Yeah.
That one gets a 10 out of 10.
Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and Ana de Armas star in The Grey Man, available to watch on Netflix from the 22nd of July. For more on the film, stick with IGN.